Holy mother of Jesus. What a chapter. Gear 5 was insane. They pulled out all the stops. Everything was crazy. The way he moved, everything was unbelievable. Oh my god, the voice acting. I know I talk about how amazing Luffy's voice actor is, how it's the best voice to ever voice anything, to ever be to ever grace our earlobes, the best vocaloids to exist, whatever you call them, the best lungs to ever exist, right? Like, I don't know how she does it, but it's just brilliant. And the animation was fantastic. The animation was beautiful. Everything about it was just, oh my god, man. Chef's kiss, absolutely gorgeous. They pulled out all the stops. I know you can't really see it back there. That's a freeze frame of it, but every single frame of animation in this episode that involved Gear 5th, Kaido, anything that wasn't that Hiyori scene where they kind of, saved a bit of budget on the scene that nobody cared about. But still, everything was like beyond movie quality. Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna up it for the next movie because the last few episodes have been insane, and like we rewatched the Zoro and Sanji episode afterwards as well, and went and rewatched Gear 5th again. Fantastic, honestly. And the next few weeks are just gonna be even more crazy because we're gonna have the actual fight go on. And I loved the scene. They added a bit of a scene because obviously Luffy swang around Kaido like this, just like absolutely crazy. But they added a scene of him just smashing him into the ground consistently. And it went on for like a few extra seconds. And it was so good. And it just reminded me of that scene where Hulk grabs Loki and just slams him across like this, Absolutely insane. Loved everything. Loved everything about this chapter. Or this episode, man. Great episode. I actually don't know if it's better than 10:15 though. Because 10:15 was just, everything about it was so smooth and so well done. And the story it told was so well done as well. Whereas like the Hiyori stuff in this episode kind of broke it up a little bit. To a degree where like, I don't know. It's a really close call and I wasn't expecting that. Which just tells you how great everything's been. Because these were like 10 out of 10 episodes across the board. 20 out of 10 episodes for the two of them. It's going to be a really close call because depending on how much that Hiyori scene kind of got you, that depends on how you feel about it. But my god, absolutely beautiful, I have to say. Unbelievable. Oh, Gear 5th Luffy's here, boys. Our god, our sun god. He's here. He's here. I have a thing on my phone now. This is gonna be the worst thing I admit to, and have a thing on my phone now because there's a bunch of Twitter screenshots. I've just been screenshotting all the different keyframes and been like adding it to a folder called Bible Studies because why not? Why not? We're going to go with this till the end of time because why not? I'm allowed to do that shit. All right, this is going to be fantastic. Oh, the laugh as well. The laugh is so good. It's like, I can't replicate it, but it's just so good. It's like, like so good. And just the smile, the animation on the smile and the thick lines is just, oh man, everything about it, man. It's so good. I really want to get Gear 5 tattooed somewhere. Like I remember when the chapter came out, I was like, I'm getting that panel tattooed, man. And I want to do it even more now, man. I really do. Oh, lad, it's so good. I can't even explain how good it is, man. And let's not forget the drums of liberation themselves. That music, bro. All go it was. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum. Like, oh man, it was really good. It was just constant as well. And and then they remixed it later on in the episode. Absolutely fantastic. This is why I wish they released their OSTs on the Spotify, man. And this is my playlist. The Watto Spotify playlist would be unbeatable, bro. Ah, so good. Literally every single element about this. And the eyes, the movement of the eyes especially. I just loved how like wild the eye movement was. That was something I really liked about this episode. The eye movement was just insane. And just the way his eyes moved and the way they kind of used it to kind of begin the transformation. Actually, the transformation scene itself was crazy because they actually had him completely turn white, his entire body, and then he released a flow of Conqueror's Hockey to become like to become just like the way you see him there in the back with like the kind of like Buddha looking thing, and it was so clean as well, and the streams of Conqueror's Hockey really showed you the power that he has now, the power that he holds, just the streams coming out of it. Oh man! Now I will say there was something really odd in this episode. A lot of crotch shots for Luffy, like a good few of them now, a good few, and I was like, what? What are they at? I was like, I'm expecting a different kind of video with these amount of crotch shots, bro. But you know what? To each their own. You know that Sun Nika stuff might deliver for some people in a different way. I do not know, but to each their own. To each their own. What can I say? Oh, beautiful though. Everything about it. And the way he bounced, the way they had the bounce physics on the ground, the way they just bounced, like, oh man, just like a trampoline, bro. It was so good. I can't wait to see this fight that's coming up. And once again, they did have a good few bit of flashbacks though. To be fair, there was a lot of flashbacks. And I'm kind of like, all right. I was like waiting. I just want more, man. I wanted more. Part of me didn't want to wait, didn't want to watch it and just wait for another week. But I was like, I gotta. You know, I just wanted to wait and wait. I've been watching it over and over again. I don't know what my favorite scene is, bro. Everything's so good. I think my favorite scene might be when the drums kick in and he's just jumping around. Because it just feels like, that liberation and that ridiculousness. You can feel it. And the like Tom and Jerry sound effects, man. I don't know if they're actual Tom and Jerry sound effects. There must be some sort of remix or like Looney Tunes sound effects or something, but they fit it so well, and that scene where the eyes pop out like was done fantastically, and you just see it bit by bit throughout the episode, or where Kaido has a massive bump on his head like from Tom and Jerry. Oh man, just my god, man. It fits so well as well, because for some reason the tone doesn't feel as jarring, because it's like you can feel the craziness of the power more so. I think music and voice acting and all the different sound effects does it really well. And just there was a particular frame I stopped it on, and his eyebrows are moving off his body, like everything's just moving in such a free and liberated style, and it's so good. I loved everything about this episode. Absolutely beautiful episode. And the fact I'm talking so much praise about this, but I can't decide whether I prefer this episode or 10-15, tells you how fantastic these episodes have been, man. And it's such a hard choice to make. So one thing I have to say is big up to the staff at Toei Animation, because I don't know how you've been putting up this quality for so long. And one of my mates, I don't know how true this is, I'd like to confirm or not, but one of my mates told me that each episode only costs like $100,000. I was expecting like 5 million an episode or something. I don't know what I was expecting. But if that's the case, where each episode only costs $100,000, either they're paying their animators absolute dirt, or they have some super efficient way of making this stuff. And in which case, you'd have to think it would be the latter, because there's no way they'd be making this amount of quality still if they didn't have something up their sleeve that no one else has, you know? I don't know if it's just the talent pool over there or what it is, but they are off, man. Because they spent a few years during Dressrosa where it was like, what are you at? But man, once they got out of Dressrosa, man, they were on their ball, and then Wano was just a whole nother ball game. They were like, we figured something out with Dragon Ball Super, and now we're Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now we're going to bring that to One Piece and just up our game so much. Pardon me, when I was watching that for the last time there, I thought maybe this is a thing now where like Oda specifically was like, do it in this style because I'm going to have this show up at a certain point. So I'm going to need you to be able to move it as fluidly and crazily as, you know, it was doing in the manga. And I don't know, man, but I am super excited, and I can't wait to see what he does with Gear 5th next. And I don't know what the anime is going to add in. I hope they add in a decent bit to the fight. I actually want them to add in more movement. I don't want them to add in flashbacks. I want them to add in more of Gear 5th. I just want to see more of it. You know, you add in a bunch of filler episodes or something where he's just playing the drums, or he's just messing around with Kaido. You know, just Just have an entire episode of him like turning Kaido into a football and just kicking him around and doing keepy uppies. I'd love to see. I don't know, man. I just want to see more of that fluid movement, bro. It was so good. And when I was watching it with my good friend Emma Courtney, who made the thumbnail for one of my videos, the favorite things in 2023 so far on Randomized MK, and has made that profile picture as well. But he knows so much about animation and drawing and stuff like that. He was able to tell when each animator would show up, and he was like, "That's Vincent Janssen" and all that. And I don't know. I'm not as fluent in that, you know. He could tell the slightest change. He'd be like, "This is them, this is them," and I could tell he was getting so much enjoyment out of it, and that brought me enjoyment as well. The different ways we were all getting enjoyment out of the episode was just great, you know. Man, this episode was so good, absolutely incredible. Oh, they really outdid themselves in so many ways. I'm not gonna lie. Such an incredible episode. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know how they're gonna up themselves for this. I really don't. Because the next few episodes are gonna be bangers, man. And I know I want to restate this again. The music, man. The music. Bum ba bum, bum ba bum. The drums, like I can't do it very well, but it's like bum ba bum, bum ba bum, bum ba bum, bum ba bum. It just works so well. That sound, bro. Everything about it was beautiful. Every single frame of animation was just an art piece in its own right. And gorgeous. If you haven't seen the episode so far, make sure to give it a watch. I'd recommend it 100%. Absolutely beautiful. And what can I say? I cannot wait to see what else they're doing with this in the next few weeks with Gear 5. And I cannot wait for like the new movies when they come out and they can freely use Gear 5 whenever they want. I just can't wait for Gear 5 as a whole, man. Everything to do with Gear 5. It's such a good transformation. You can do so much with it. The movement, everything. And I cannot wait. But with that being said, let me know what you thought about Gear 5. Were you as excited as I was, like a kid at Christmas, or you know what I mean? Were you that excited, or were you like, I don't get the hype, man. I really don't. You know, what way were you like? Let me know in the comments below. Type mid 5 if you didn't like it very much, and type the greatest thing to ever happen if you liked it quite a lot. All right. And with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to hear me scream about One Piece again. And I'll see you all next time. Have a good time and pray to our Lord Joy Boy. All right.